Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a Q&A, but it's going to be focused around high school. Everything high school, like exams and friendships and studying and just everything. Okay, so the next question is, did you find it easy to make friends? I'm sorry for laughing, but I honestly thought this was really funny when I received this because I think for most YouTubers, because we sound confident talking to a camera, it seems like we'll be the same with people. Well, I'm really not the same with people. I don't even think I've made a new friend in years. I have become closer to people again, but it's not like I had to meet someone and then get to know them and stuff. I've already known these people. So promise me, if you're struggling to make friends, you are not alone. I think most people would struggle to make friends because it is really scary. If I had to make friends with someone now from scratch, crap, that would be scary. I did become friends with a girl called Meg, which I mentioned in other videos. She actually has a channel, so I'll link it in the description. But it's not like we met on the spot and were like, oh, hi. We spoke on Facebook for ages and then sent through videos on Snapchat and stuff. So then when we met, it felt like we already really knew each other. So yeah, I wouldn't know how to make friends on the spot. Do you just approach them and be like, hi? Wouldn't they think that's weird? I don't know. I'm not saying that I didn't have any friends throughout high school. I reckon I had a great amount of friends throughout high school, but obviously I'd lose some and then I'd gain some and then it would just kind of change. It's sort of like with best friends, how you become really close to someone and then that goes away and then there's a new person that just keeps going. But making new friends, on the other hand, that is pretty damn scary. I think it's because I'm quite shy, although it doesn't seem like it. If you know me in person, I don't seem that shy. But if someone else is shy, this happened with my friend Leona, we still don't even talk in person much because we're both shy. Basically, a couple of years ago, we were at the beach with our friends, and she's quite shy and I'm shy, and it basically just went like this. We both just couldn't talk because we were both too shy, and it just sucks because I reckon we'll get along so well in person, so it's god damn it. The next question is, what was your favourite year of high school? I reckon my favourite years of high school were year 9 and 10, and not because of the actual content you were learning or anything, but because of all the other things we did. But in year 9 we had this program that was called a MEX program. I don't know what that stands for, to be honest, but basically we spent one term in this MEX center thing, which was within the school, and basically we just did really fun activities like team building exercises, and we only did maths and English, I think, and we also went on city week, which is when we spent 2 weeks in the city. Obviously we didn't stay overnight there, but we went there every single day and we worked on this project and we took surveys from people, and holy crap, it was so much fun. If you're coming up to that now, I am actually jealous of you because that was such a good experience. I also really loved year 10 as we went to Queensland for camp, because all the other years we just went within Melbourne and it was kind of lame. So when we went to Queensland, it was just really cool because we all got to go on a plane together and just have new experiences, and it was just really fun. It was less hey, team building and all this kind of stuff that you have in earlier years. It was more about just going to theme parks and having fun, which was really cool. I reckon even though year 11 and 12 are the most challenging years, in a way they're kind of fun because of that. I reckon you kind of spend all the other years you get stuff done. It's yep, I'm getting stuff done, I'm getting stuff done. But when you get to year 11 and 12, because you're working that hard, you get more happiness from finishing things. Every time I'd hand in a folio in year 12, it would just be the most unbelievable feeling. You would feel so proud of yourself, and it was just so great. So I reckon that side of things was really good, and it was also really fun, all the school events we had. We had a formal both years, which was really fun to dress up for. It's kind of our last time doing it, which made it more special. So the next question is from my buddy, which is actually really cool. So basically what a buddy is when I was in year 6, she was in prep, and now she's in year 6, which is insane. And she's coming to my school next year, which I find really awesome because it would be really cool to help her through the experience and stuff. So basically her question is, how would you make sure everything was done on time and completed? I also found another question which was very similar, so I'm going to answer that one here as well, and that was, what is the best way to keep organised when handing in homework? I reckon I'm pretty good with this whole organisation thing, so I'm going to give you my advice. Obviously you might not want to follow it because it might sound really insane and not what you're really into, but I'm going to tell you what I did because it did work for me. So pretty much I only started doing this properly in year 12. I did sort of do it all the other years, but it was less kind of full on because there was a lot less stuff to do. So basically what I'll do is I'll grab a piece of paper and I'll write a subject. For example, health, and then I'll write all the things I know I have to do for health. Even if it means that they were due months away, a big project, I'll still write it there. And then I'll do it for all the other subjects. and then I would write today at the top of this side. Then I would dot point all the things that are due really soon because I want to work on them, and then I would grab 1 or 2 of the things that I know are due in the future. Not because I'm saying I'm going to complete it in one night, but because I want to work on it. Because I think otherwise, if you have a huge project, you're guaranteed to put it off until like the day before, because you'll just forget it even existed. Like, you just do. It's just a normal thing to do. So then it was really good because then I would get the stuff done that I know is due soon, so then I wouldn't even have to think about it for the rest of the week. And then I would also be chipping away at the other things, which was a really good feeling. One tip I really suggest doing, I didn't do it, but I just wish I did it so much. Basically, you know when you're given homework on a Friday, and then you think, okay, I can do it throughout the weekends. And then what would always happen is you'll leave it till Sunday night, and then you'll stress, and then you'll just feel really freaked out. And then it'll kind of put you in a stress state for the rest of the week. I suggest as soon as you get home on Friday, do all that homework. Go, go, go. Do as much as you can. Then you probably still will get Friday night because it's not like you finish school really late, and then you have the whole weekend to relax. Like, I wish I did that. I always put off homework the whole weekend. I'll just slowly work on it, which meant that I couldn't actually do anything else fun because I was still working on homework. But then it just wasted every weekend. So people be like, how was your weekend? Am I else doing homework? It's not like I was doing it the whole time. I could have just done it in like an hour, but I just spread it out, which was so dumb. I'm not actually saying I was up to date like 24/7. I did fall behind sometimes, but I think that I was quite organized and that the system did work. And it really helped me like catch up when I did fall behind. Another couple of tips that I have to tell you guys is that if you have any questions about work, email it through to your teacher. Don't think, oh, I'll just ask them someday at school, because you'll put it off. If you email it, it's already sent through, and then you don't even have to think about it. Another thing is to keep either your files or your books organized, or both if you're using both, because it makes such a difference. If you have messy files, you're guaranteed to lose it. If you have messy notes, you're guaranteed to easily just lose one or throw away some by accident. Okay, so I've only got a couple more questions left, but I've been recording for ages, so I've really got to hurry through this. Next question is, why are there always rumors? Receiving this was actually really sad. I received it and I was kind of like, oh, like I feel really bad for whoever's going through that. I'm sure there are a lot of people that are dealing with rumors right now, but I just feel bad. I was like, no. But basically my answer for this is quite straightforward, but it's mainly because people are bored and they just want something to talk about. They don't have much going on in their own life, or if they're not enjoying their own life, they're going to want something to distract them, so therefore they just talk about other people, or sadly make up rumors, which I've never understood because I've never made up a rumor myself because it's pointless and it just hurts people. So I don't really get it, but I'm presuming that's why they do it. And another thing is, I'm not saying this is a majority of teenagers, but I'm just saying that some teenagers are just really judgmental and opinionated. Like, for example, I don't think I've had a crazy amount of experience with rumors, probably because it's not like I talk to everybody for them to like pull information out of what I'm saying and then twist it and stuff. I have had it mostly with boyfriends or friends that people see as boyfriends. Like, I remember I was friends with this guy in year 8, and I was just really, really close friends with him, and he actually had a girlfriend at the time, so it was really weird. But everyone was just so sure that we liked each other. Just really sure, and it sucks, and it kind of ruined our friendship, which is really bad. Like, I think rumors are kind of harmless if both people understand it, but I think like it can really cause some damage if it's really messy. I think it was because so many people were constantly talking to us about it, so it just kind of made us drift apart, which is really sad. If you're watching this and you know who you are, I wish that didn't happen because that was really sad. I've also had some this year, which is kind of stupid because it's like I'm in year 12, would never I'm mature by now, but nah, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. So yeah, they kind of follow you around. I don't know if they continue throughout life, because if they do, that sucks like a lot. I feel like they're always going to follow me because I'm on YouTube and I'm going to be aimed towards an audience that is still involved with all of that, but that's okay. Like, I think it's totally worth it. But yeah, like, it sucks, and I always hear about it happening to other people, like the most awful rumors, and I just think it's so rude. But I think the most important thing is, as long as you know the truth and the people that are really close to you or those who are involved, for example, like if me and that close guy friend, or me and my boyfriend, or me and my best friend, or whoever it is that's involved, as long as they know the truth, it's okay, because neither of you can get hurt, and it's just everyone else thinking whatever the hell they want. I know that's really hard to kind of accept because I'm exactly the same. Like, I wish I could approach so many people at school and just clear things up with them. Like, I would love to be able to do that, but I know it's just kind of unhealthy and it will cause a bunch of problems. But yeah, so I think as long as all your close friends and all the people you care about know the truth, then it's going to be okay. Plus, eventually people just forget these kind of things. People don't care enough to cling onto it, but they care enough at that moment to talk about it. It's really weird. As cliched it is, just remember to keep being who you are, basically, because as much as people can morph a perception of you and make people think differently of you, the best way to prove them wrong is to be exactly who you are, which is the opposite of what they think you are, if that makes sense. So if people think you're a bitch and you know you're a nice person, keep being a nice person, and then that will prove to people that you're not a bitch. It's obviously not going to be that simple, but I reckon it's a lot more healthy than just picking at it for ages, because then the problems could actually occur. Like, it could become the truth, which is just really scary. So yeah. Okay, so my last question is, what was your greatest accomplishment in high school? I feel really awkward admitting this, and I really hope people who are in the early years of school don't take this the wrong way, but I only really started accomplishing a huge amount at the end of school. At the time, it probably did feel like a lot. Like, we had these matrices, is that how you say it? I don't know. But we had it in the first couple of years at school when it was kind of like, I don't even know how to explain it. It was kind of like all this list of things that we have to like understand, but then we have to prove it through different ways. I don't know how to explain, but basically I completed every single one of them. No one else I know completed every single one of them, but I did. So I guess that is an accomplishment. Yeah, everything else I wrote down is this year. How awkward. So basically a lot of my accomplishments came down to how I did in creative subjects. Like on my studio art folios, I got 58 out of 60 on both of them, which I am so happy with. Like, that is just crazy good. And everyone else in the class did really, really well too. Like, some did even better, so that is awesome. So I'm really happy that everyone did really well. And on my media folio and the film that went with it, I got an A+ too. I can't remember what the actual mark was, but I was so happy with that. Like, considering I'm going to like a film school, that is a really good sign, so that made me really happy. Making the film itself was a huge accomplishment for me, because I've never done anything like that. Like, I've made many videos, but they're not that type of filmmaking style. So I reckon that was a huge accomplishment. A lot of people said it was good, so that made me feel awesome. And all the other things that you guys already know, all the stuff that's happened with my photos that I did for studio art. I don't even know how all of this happened, but basically one of them is going to be on the front of the biology book next year, the one that's all across Victoria or Australia. I'm not really sure. It's by Cambridge. I'm actually meant to get a copy of that sometime soon, so that's exciting. If you're going to school next year, good luck. I really hope you have an awesome time. And if you ever need any advice, send it to my Tumblr Ask or personally inbox me on Facebook. I will be happy to help you with any troubles, but obviously I probably won't reply straight away because I'll be quite busy next year. But yeah, I hope that my answers were useful in some way or another, and good luck for next year when you guys go back to school, and enjoy the holiday break as much as possible. Just remember to stay organized, try to keep yourself motivated, try to find balance with school and personal life, and have as much fun as you possibly can, because you're never going to go back to school. Bye guys, thank you for watching, love you!